Hello everyone and welcome race fans to New Hampshire Motor Speedway as we prepare this afternoon to run 125 laps here in Loudon, New Hampshire. Hello race fans, I'm your host Bill Deal. I'll be bringing you all the action this afternoon here at New Hampshire's Motor Speedway. And welcome and glad you could join us this afternoon as these drivers have gone through their drivers meeting and they're now getting in their cars. And they have already been given the command to start their engines, and they're fixing to roll out here momentarily for 125 laps. This will be a fun race, and this is what they call the New Hampshire 125, which will be a shootout among some of the most top elite drivers here on the field. And glad you could join us this afternoon, folks, here at Loudon, New Hampshire, as we give you a quick rundown of what car and what position they're in, and the drivers as well. Pace car is fired up and fixing to pull out on the track. We'll give you a quick shot of who is what, where, when, and how. If you're looking right now, you'll see that 36 Phillips Toyota, Ricky Emerson following the pace car. He's got the pole this afternoon. And Stuart Forgy in that 35 Castrol GTX Ford is second. Keith Chestnut in that 31 Wrangler Jeans Camaro starts third, number 31. Ivan Deschamps in that number 18 Wolf Racing Dodge starts fourth. John Stanley in that Stanley Tools Parts for Trucks number 12 Chevrolet starts fifth. Jim Barisoff in that 71 Bud Light sponsored Dodge starts sixth. Last but certainly not least is the 188 Patron sponsored Dodge of Ted Moser as we get ready to go green here this afternoon for 125 laps. As you see Ricky Emerson. We spoke to Ricky Emerson earlier in the garage. Somebody was trying to confuse him with Ricky Stenhouse. He said there's no Stenhouse on his horizon. So we're getting ready to go green here, folks. The green flag is dropped, and here we go. Lap one. We see Stuart Forgy, Ricky Emerson battling out for the lead here. I think Ricky's going to get him. Somebody got up in some dust up there in that loose stuff. As Stuart Forgy drops back to second. Now here we go with Ivan Deschamps battling him for position. Oh, looks like Ivan got into the grass and now the 35 is spinning. Oh my goodness, I've looked at a wreck right there. Ooh. That was close. So we don't know if that's brought out a caution or not. We think it has. No, not yet. No caution yet. So we'll have to see what the officials say about this. Because these guys goes around and Stuart Forgy just got loose. And Ivan Deschamps got loose in that first lap. On these cold tires, you guys got to be careful. The drivers got to be careful about running these cars real hard on that first lap because they are cold. And they and it will get away from you. So we see Ricky Emerson still leading the race. No cautions come out yet. So we'll see. Go through the field. There's John Stanley. He's taking over the second position. And Barisoff taking over third. Ivan Deschamps fourth. Chestnut fifth. Ted Moser sixth. Stuart bringing up the rear. See everybody trying to make their way around the tracks here this afternoon. Rick Emerson out in front, about comfortable little lead. But at this track, you can't back off. You've got to really stick with it. You've got to run your race, race the track more or less, and hit your marks. And we may have a caution here. I don't. Yes, we have a caution. So let's see what happened here. We can back it up here and figure out what caused the caution this afternoon. Somebody got something. I don't see anything so far. Oh yes, we see Ivan Deschamps spin around and back into the pit road. Got loose on him coming into turn 3 and 4, and he just spun around. And you know, Ivan, that might be the way to go into pits under speed. You know, the speed limit here is 35 miles per hour. I think I have to check and see, but. Ivan wanted to go in the pits, but I don't think he'd have a crew chief would have a hard time putting gas in it. So he turned that car around, but we pick on Ivan. Ivan's a good driver. Anyhow, Rick Emerson coming back around here. Caution flag. Caution is out. Lap 5. See Ricky Emerson got behind the pace car. John Stain in second. Jim Ferris off third. Keith Chestnut fourth. Ted Moser fifth. Stuart 46 and Ivan Shamp seventh. Okay, we got a little technical difficulties here, trying to get everything working. Thank you everybody for showing up at Go Fast TV. Here I'm your host Bill Deal. We are live here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. We watched the Loudon, New Hampshire 125 for the quick shootout this afternoon here at Loudon. Thanks for everybody for joining in. As caution is out right now on lap 6. Race car is leading the field. Talk about some of these drivers this afternoon during these caution laps. Ivan Shamp, Canadian native, currently living in Valrico, Florida. Retired, and he is running the 18 Wolf Racing Dodge. He's been involved with Wolf Racing for about 10 years, maybe a little bit longer. He's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Loves Tampa Bay Lightning and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's a vehicle that you see here this afternoon. This car has been built and painted by Mike Hebb with Hebb Designs. Mike Hebb paints a lot of cars for these guys over here in SCSR. Does a fantastic job. I think he and Don Kelligrew and a couple more guys that paint them. But Mike is the excellent painter. He has got this stuff on it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you look on the left tail light on that Dodge, you'll see Hebb. I don't think I get close, but it says Hebb Designs on it. If you see that on the left tail light, you can rest assured Mike Hebb had a hand in painting if he didn't paint the whole thing. So Mike does an excellent job painting these cars here for SCSR and all the guys over here and girls running these stock cars. As we see Ivan didn't go in the pits yet, he's currently running third in lap 7 here this afternoon at Loudon, New Hampshire, at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Currently in the third position, Ivan is. Just to check up with our leader, Ricky Emerson, who is in that Phillips sponsored number 36 Toyota Camry. We think that we're going to have one more lap. So let's talk a little bit about Ricky this afternoon. Ricky's joined us late, and he runs a good race. Don't have your stats on Ricky. Don't have somebody's blowing the horn. You got to be kidding me! Somebody put a horn in a stock car. Oh well, that's the shenanigans, as Heath Johnson would say, that these drivers pull on one another. They put a temporary horn in a car, and they love to aggravate one another. But Ricky is a good driver. So we welcome Ricky to SCSR. Ricky came over from iRacing. I don't know, I have to take his stance on that and make sure that he did. I'm not really sure, but we have plenty of time to find out. Here's the pace car is leading the field here on the back stretch. Lap 8. Looks like we may go green this time. Let's pick another driver to talk about. Let's talk about old school Fogey here in that 35 Castro GTA. Stuart from the UK, racing currently in SCSR. He's got hands under his belt. Very good driver. He does drive a little aggressive, but that's fine. Most of them do. Stuart's a good old guy. He's one of those that you love to race with. We certainly do. when we get a chance to. We let them race one another, and it's fun watching them race and fun racing we do. Stuart Fogey from the UK, United Kingdom, came to the US and started driving stock cars. He does real good. So that 35 Castro GTX Force Fusion here this afternoon at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And here on lap 9, see Jim Barasoff. We'll talk about Jim in the next chance we get. And 31 Wrangler's car also Ted Moser and Ivan Deschamps. As they come around, turn 4. Pace car still going around again, so let's see. We may get another. Let's talk about Jim Barasoff. Yeah, I like talking about Jim. Jim Barasoff. What can you say about old Jim Barasoff? Some people call him the sheriff. I don't say I'd call him the sheriff. The man don't even own a pair of handcuffs. But Jim Barasoff in that Bud Light number 71 Dodge, sponsored by Bud Light. Jim's been around a long time. Jim's got a few wins under his belt, and he knows how to drive a car. He knows how to get around the track. He recently won the NRL League at Bristol, and he won the championship the next race. I think it was a couple races later. They raced, I think it was Talladega, and then the last race of the first season for NRL was at New Hampshire, where he's showing it now. And this will wind up Jim's. Jim's right now is leading in the points. So Jim is pushing for a win here this afternoon. Not only for a race win, but a championship. Pace car's off, and we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Stuart Fogey's out on that side. That in first position at Phillips, number 36. Stuart Fogey in that 35. Trying his best to get up there in front, but can he do it? I don't think he's running that high line. Don't give him the satisfaction of being in first. So Rick Emerson flies in there and comes around that corner to the bottom side of the track, takes over the lead. She's that 12 car of John Stanley, challenging there just a little bit. Uh-oh, looks like the 31 is taking off. I want some of this. So 31 is jumping up there and following the second position here this afternoon. And another caution has come out. So let's see what in the world's caution is all about here. As we see, maybe Stuart Fogey may have come around on us here. We don't know. Yep, that's exactly what's happened. Looks like it looks like from here the 71 and the 35 may have gotten together here. Oh, the 35, I think he got up in that loose stuff. You see that dust line at the top, and the 31's on the bottom. 71's behind the 35, and there they Jim looks like he's hitting his brakes and it's turning his car sideways as well. So the 35 and the 71's have a little trouble negotiating that top part of that track here. And you see some contact there between the 71 and the 35. 35, 71 just tried to get it wound up and he couldn't do it. And you see that 18 of Ivan Deschamps been out as well. So this is a little bit of a melee here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway this afternoon. You see Ivan Deschamps sliding off in the field out there, trying to regain his car, control his vehicle. Stuart Fogey finally getting his car back in shape. And Rick Emerson, our race leader. Keith Chestnut's in second. John Stanley's in third. Jim Barasoff got a little damage maybe on his car. We'll see. And see what happens here. We'll leave you all the action right here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway here at Loudon, New Hampshire. We're going to take a station break and we'll be back shortly. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen and race fans, to New Hampshire Motor Speedway here as we rejoin the action here at New Hampshire for the New Hampshire 125. And our race leader, Ricky Emerson, has just come off a pit road, and he's showing now in 5th place. Jim Barsoff is in 6th, Stuart Ford is in 7th, John Stanley's in 1st. We have a new race leader, John Stanley at number 12, Parts for Trucks. Stanley sponsors Chevrolet Camaro. John Stanley, very competitive driver. John's been around for a right good while, races in other leagues, HRL, Ironman Racing Series. Different leagues he can race into. John's a pretty good race car driver. Got a fantastic paint job. That's another Mike Kev design. If you see John following the pace car, John's been around a right good while, so John knows his way around the track here and everywhere else as we follow the action here this afternoon at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So we wish all these drivers good luck this afternoon. These guys just finished their pit stops. Some of them taking 4 tires, some of them taking 2, some of them taking none. All of them getting fuel. Lap 15 here under caution. Seems like this afternoon the race can't get going because of the cautions, but the new track surface has been installed here. They have put that sticky stuff, if you will, down on the bottom 1, 2, and the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd lane. Part of that 3rd lane has not been treated, so you'll see the 4th and 5th lane up there darker than the rest of the track because it's not been treated. So these drivers get up there and that stuff, man, they're gonna have a time. I'm telling you, they are going to really get loose. All the little dust balls and rubber pieces of rubber up there. Everything else is going to plague these guys if they get up in that 3rd and 4th groove. If they run in that 4th groove, I'm sorry, the 4th and 5th groove, if they run in that 4th groove and they can keep their left tires down on that part that's been treated, they may be able to get around there. But they get around that 4th and 5th groove, they get, especially that 5th groove next to the wall, they are going to definitely have trouble. So these guys has got to make sure this track gets rubbered up all the way to the top of the wall up there and go from that. We see John Stanley taking service of his car and coming out of the pits. And so does Ted Moser. Got a new race leader here under caution, Ivan Thompson, that 18 Wolf Racing Dodge. And that 31 Wrangler Jeans Chevrolet Camaro in 2nd position here. So looks like Ivan's going to be coming in and taking some service for his vehicle, coming into the pit stops. Pit road speed, I think here is, I think it's 50. I had to check to see. Yeah, Ivan coming in and going down pit road, being careful not to speed. He comes in his pit stall, taking 2 right side tires, 2 left side tires, and a tank full of that good old Sunoco fuel. He'll come on out. We see Stuart Ford coming into the pits, getting service for his vehicle. Got a new race leader, Keith Chestnut, that 31 Wrangler Jeans sponsored Chevy Camaro. Let's take a look and see if he's going to come into the pit. So he's going to stay out. So it's going to be a wait and see game, I guess. Cars coming down to turn 3 and 4. You see the 31 of Keith Chestnut, 36 of Ricky Emerson, the 71 of Jim Barsoff, the 12 of John Stanley, the 188 of Ted Mosen, the 35 of the pace car's off. So like we're fixing to get to it here. So the pace car's off here on lap 17. Here we go, starting the race. And it looks like that Rick Emerson has jumped out to an early lead here. Oh, look, I almost get a little squirrely there. That 31 car was, but he fights back. But is he going to be able to have enough to catch him? No, he won't. That 31's on that 36 is on rails this afternoon. So 31's having a tough time trying to catch him. We will watch the action. Now you see the 36 back off there, trying to stay out at the top groove up there where that loose stuff is. 31 ducks in behind the 36. They're both coming into turn 1. He at 31 on the bottom, challenging 36 again. They drag race down to second, but looks like that 31 says, nope, I'm not doing that. So he flicks in behind that 36. That 31 just a little bit stronger on the bottom of that 36 here. Let's get ready to wear the tires out. Tires of this track are meant to be torn and used dramatically here. Tire wear here is these drivers are well aware of. They've got to be very careful to not wear the tires out here. Now they got a long ways to go. They got 105 laps left to go, so they are going to have to be extra cautious on their tires. As we see John Stanley, that number 12 Chevy Camaro in third. Well, Jim Barsoff, he gets up there in that, he's part of his right hand side of his car up in that loose stuff. You see the dust line. Ivan Schantz running fifth, score 46, and Ted Moser seventh. We haven't talked a lot about Ted Moser this afternoon. Maybe we get another caution, or maybe if we don't get another caution, we'll chime in on Ted Moser. That 188 Patron sponsored Dodge. We'll see the race leader, Ricky Emerson, being followed by that 31. He takes over the lead position here at lap 22. See Ivan Schantz there on the bottom of the apron trying to come around and make some time up. Ted Moser coming out, bringing him in. Guys kind of spread out here this afternoon, drivers are. Ricky Emerson leading the race here on lap 23 at Loudon, New Hampshire. New Hampshire Motor Speedway here from New Hampshire 125 here this afternoon. 31. Still running in second position. Having a good afternoon. Taking his time. 12 of John Stanley closing in on the back of that 31. Then he's found the keys to running that track that the rest of them have, and he's closing in. Jim Barsoff in that 71 Dodge closing on the back of 12 of John Stanley. So all three of them, 31, 12, and 71, is all in pretty close sit codes to one another. Ivan Schantz at 18 coming by the start finish line. Joe Forgan at 35 coming into turn one. Ted Moser running a little bit behind everybody else. I think Ted's on the tire saving mode. So we'll talk to him later. Loves a Dodge, man. That guy's a Dodge man. Rick Emerson leading lap 25 here this afternoon in Loudon, New Hampshire. Gives you some idea of where these race car drivers act compared to one another. Rick Emerson having a comfortable lead over that 31. Rick Emerson still our race leader. 31's in second place here on lap 28. We see Ted Moser cross the start finish line here on lap 28. Again on lap 29. Looks like Rick Emerson is on rails this afternoon. He's running away from the rest of the field. Enjoying a comfortable lead here as he continues to run his car around the track, get his marks, make sure everything's like it's supposed to be. Getting a turn 3, you'll see the second place car 31, John Stanley, Jim Barrisoff, Ivan Deschamps, Stuart Forgy, and Ted Moser. Scanning the field here, Stuart Forgy, that number 35 Castrol GTX Ford Fusion. Cars are getting separated now by a little bit more margin here at New Hampshire this afternoon. A little bit of a tire wear, so I don't know what the pit window is for these guys. I'm thinking somewhere around probably, I'd say 20 to 25 laps, maybe 30. These guys are running this track here and being careful to take care of the tires so they'll last a little longer and they'll be able to maybe gain an edge on their nearest competitor. Ted Moser, that 188 Patron sponsored Dodge. Ted's come to us as of late, and he's doing a pretty good job. Ted keeps got a fast car, but Ted's expressed he doesn't care too much for short tracks, but he said his large tracks, Talladega, Daytona, Michigan, Las Vegas, fast tracks is his thing. He does a pretty good job, but he said that short tracks was his Achilles heel, so we'll have to see what works out here for Ted as he continues to fall back. The rest of the crowd here getting pretty close to being a half a lap from the leader. So we'll continue to keep an eye on Ted and see what he does. Stuart Forgy running in 6th, Ivan Deschamps running in 5th. You see about a quarter of a lap from the rest of the pack. You got Jim Barrisoff 4th. You see John Stanley challenging that 31 for second position here this afternoon, and he gets it. Yeah, John Stanley has taken over the second position here, and that 31 is fighting back on the corner, but I think John's going to get him because he's on that lower side of that track, and trying to take care of the tires. Looks like Jim Barrisoff got a little bit squirrely back there. Come up on the back of that 31 a little bit too quick as that 31 drops back to 4th position. And it looks like that 31 is going to do a crossover move on that 71 here. So it's good badly right here for the St. Louis State. Oh, look like it might have touched there a little bit, the 31 to 71. So let's go back and look at that again and see if they did. Kind of hard to say right here. And I don't think they did. I think he just tried to avoid him. He got too close to us. The 31 kind of shot down to the bottom of the track, keep hitting him. As you see the 31 get into the wall right here, lap 36 getting that loose stuff. That's what it'll do to you. You see the dust flying back there, so the 31 gets up high and gets in that loose stuff. We can have a little bit of damage on his car. So I imagine the next pit stop he's coming to, he'll be there for a couple, longer than 13 to 14 seconds trying to get his car fixed. Because I imagine that right front fender has got a little damage on it. See, he falls back to 4th place here at Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon. You'll see that 18 of Ivan Deschamps start working on the back of that 31, so that 31 evidently got a little more damage. Maybe have some fender damage or suspension damage. We don't know yet, but too early to tell. 31 crosses the line here on lap 37. Ivan Deschamps in that 18. Ivan Deschamps trying his best to catch up to the field. Run his, get his line down straight. Like he's done a little bit of improvement. Uh-oh, and we see the 36 of Rick Emerson chasing down that 188 Dodge of Ted Moser. So that Ted Moser here is in jeopardy going one lap down. He needs to kick that thing in gear and go on down the road with it. But it looks like he's going to go one lap down if Rick Emerson has anything to do with it, and does right now. If he can hold that corner, put the 188, it'll be the first car going a lap down here on lap 39 at Loudon, New Hampshire. Ted Moser got up in that loose stuff up there, saw the dust line, but Rick Emerson running his race and hitting his marks this afternoon. He's been able to put Ted Moser one lap down and working on the rest of the field. So he's got a little ways to go because as you see, there's no other car in sight in front of Ricky Emerson. John Stanley at number 12, second place. Jim Barsoff in that 71, third. As these two guys battle it out. And you'll see the 31. It's 18 coming around. And a little bit different between the 31 and the 71, a little bit different. So take a look at the track here in the crowd. John Stanley and that number 12 Chevy Camaro, parts of trucks, in the second position here is Jim Barsoff with that 71 Dodge. Looking to the outside, going to challenge him. Not quite make it today. At least not on this lap. Rick Emerson as the race leader. He's coming down the backstretch on lap 42. John Stanley still out in second place. Him and Jim Barsoff had a good battle going a while ago, a couple laps ago for position. Now you see Jim Barsoff back off a little bit, looking a way to go around them corners and maybe close in on John Stanley a little bit. I guess that's why they call him the sheriff. You don't think he's nowhere around, he'll come up and bite you or get you, is what they say down south. He'll come up and get you. That's pretty good. So that's why they call him, I reckon that's why they call him the sheriff. Still can't figure out why they call him the sheriff. The man don't even own a pair of handcuffs. I mean, seriously. But we're just picking with Jim. Alright, 18 is tucking over the fourth position here for the 31, so he's running in fourth. The fifth is still Foggy. As we see, the 31 has made a pit stop. The 31 has made a pit stop here this afternoon on lap 43. Now the 31 car is running in the last position here. Coming in making a pit stop. Trying to come in and get some pressure tires, fuel, and maybe he can get make up some time, get back up to where he needs to be. Ricky Emerson's here in that 36 Phillips Toyota Camry, still shown in the first position here, shown on the lead lap in the lead. So Ricky Emerson hitting his marks here, having a good race here this afternoon at Loudon, New Hampshire. And we'll be back momentarily after these messages. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, race fans. We're live here at Loudon, New Hampshire for the New Hampshire 125 race this afternoon. I'm your host, Bill Dale. Thank you for joining us. We're sponsor of Go Fast TV, who we race here at the NRL League this afternoon. here at Loudon, New Hampshire. We watched Ted Mosen at 188. Running in 6th position, 1 lap down. Stuart Forgan at 35. Ford Fusion, sponsored by Castrol GTX. You see Ivan Deschamps in that number 18 Wolf Racing Dodge, running in 4th position. Trying to cut across the apron. Jim Barasoff in that number 71 Bud Light sponsored Dodge, in 3rd position. Him and John Stanley fighting for the same real estate. John Stanley at number 12, Parts for Trucks, Stanley sponsored Chevrolet Camaro, running in 2nd position here this afternoon at Loudon, New Hampshire. These 2 guys here, the 71 and the 12, have been going after, so maybe they'll maybe something will shake up for them. One to get in front of the other, to do a crossover, and they can come right back to it. And Jim is running a little bit on the high side, so Jim might be experiencing a little bit more heat in his tires than the 12 is, but see how it goes. Emerson and that number 36 Phillips sponsored Toyota Camry, still our leader here this afternoon, lap 51. So one about 75 laps, 74 laps to go here this afternoon. You see that number 7 position, 31 Wrangler sponsored Chevrolet, is running in the last position, trying to get his lines to work. He's fell back from 2nd. Maybe suffering a little bit of damage where he hit the wall earlier. He did pit, so they may have got that fixed. He passes Ted Mosen. I think the 31 may be the last car in the lead lap right now. Quite a distance between the 2nd, 3rd, 4th place car. A little bit of a distance. These guys and these drivers get spread out here this afternoon. The 71 of Jim Barasoff still continues to chase the 12 car of John Stanley down here at Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon. John doing everything he can to hold on to that 2nd position. Jim Barasoff wants it. We ain't quite got figured out how to get up there and get around yet. Don't give up on over 10 yet. Jim liable to get you. You least expect it, he'll get you. 31 car running in the 7th position. Ted Mosen running 6th. Stuart Forgan in the 5th position. Have a good run here this afternoon. And we see Rick Emerson in that number 36 Phillips sponsored Toyota Camry in the pits getting tired. 4 tires and fuel. He's off. That 31 getting his lap back. That works out for him. They said that 36 right on the rear end. Ooh, the 31 gets high in that loose stuff. You see that dust just flying. He hangs on to it. And that 36 and the 36 and 35 and the 31 is battling for real estate here this afternoon. See that 31 hanging on. 36 coming after him, the 35 behind him. So that 36, 35, the 36 trying to put that 31 car lap down here. And 31 says, you want it, buddy, you got to work for it. So that 36 working hard on the outside to try to get it, and I think he does. He fixes going to see Ted Mosen here and coming out of the pits. Ricky Emerson coming around the corners. I think he's gonna get that 31. is Ivan Shumps, and that 18 Dodge coming into the pits. Just follow him and see what kind of service he gets on his car. Will they get 2 tires, 4 tires? We know they're going to get fuel, so they got a long ways to go here this afternoon at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I want to thank everybody for joining in here at Go Fast TV. I'm your host, Bill Deal. All the racing action is right here on the pit road. Right side tires for the Dodge. Left side tires for Ivan. Fuel for the 18, and he's out of there. See Jim Barrisoff and that number 12 still battling for position here this afternoon. Track position is very important. Still got about roughly 65 laps to go here. This race is not over by a long shot. Anybody's guess here, anything can happen. Here at Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon, it could be anybody's race. Anything could go wrong. Engine blow or tire go down or whatever you want to call it. It's still got a lot of great racing action here this afternoon at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. These 2 guys here is hard after 12 and the 71. As you see the 71 still working on it this afternoon. Rick Emerson, our race leader here on lap 61, on turn 22. Let's see what kind of distance between Ricky Emerson and the next car is. So the 31 is next, which is a lap down. 18 is the next car. He's a lap down. Here comes the 35, 12, 71. There comes the 188. Scooting by. It appears that Stuart Fogey has realized that 12 and the 71 is behind him, so he's decided he better get out of town. So he's working on his bottom line. He's working hard to keep that car in front of the 12 and the 71. So Stuart Fogey trying to be on the tire this afternoon here and making sure that he don't go down, go back further than what he is. He's running in the 6th position. Ivan Shumps and that 18 Dodge running here in the 5th position here on lap 62. Looking at the back of that 31. We see that 31 Wrangler Jeans sponsored Chevy Camaro has made it back up to the 4th position here this afternoon, taking early pit. So he's closed up some positions here this afternoon. You think, look at all these people out here at this racetrack. You would think they'd be on vacation or something. See 31 at 18. Comes to 12 and the 35 and the 71. It's a good battle there for these guys. They really are. Jim Barrisoff running 3rd. John Stanley 2nd. Rick Emerson 4th. Ted Mosers 7th. Stuart Fogey 6th. Looks like they got around Stuart Fogey. I think the 12 and the 71 said, you know what? We're going to go around this 35 and 35 said, take it, buddy. I'm tired. You guys are killing me. So he just basically backed off and let them have it. And maybe they're on fresher tires, or maybe they're on got a faster car. The car's looking at better. Stuart is. But Stuart's having a pretty good run this afternoon. Staying out of trouble from that earlier incident where he slid through the grass and got sideways. And then the second incident where he backed into the wall, but wasn't a lot of damage done. He's still trucking. Ivan Shumps made a pass on that 31. I think that 31 is just I think that 31, as he was speaking to today, is some of the guys around the shop and in the pit road area. He said if he can have a top 5 finish here at New Hampshire, he'll be happy. He said he's probably got a, you know, top 5 car. He said he didn't know for sure, but he think they did, and they were going to see if they could get it in 5th place or better. So he's doing what he can. He was see Ivan Bishop up there snipped the wall a little bit going into turn 1, so that might cause him some damage. And we'll be right back after the station break. And welcome back, everyone, and race fans, to Loudon, New Hampshire. As we're here for the New Hampshire 125 here, as we see Rick Emerson, still our race leader here this afternoon on lap 72. Emerson, our race leader here on lap 74, as he comes up behind Ted Moser, the backstretch. Ted Moser being in danger going another lap down here. Ricky Emerson on that 36 Phillips sponsored Toyota Camry has been on the rails this afternoon here at New Hampshire, getting his marks, running really, really well. See if we can get an angle on the where these cars at compared to where everybody's at. There goes Ricky Emerson first. We're waiting for the second and third place car. This Ivan Shop. Let's keep Chestnut. John Stanley. Getting Barris off, and last but not least, John Stanley in that second position here, looking at the back of that 31. Maybe trying to put him another lap down here this afternoon. I think he's going to do that. That 31's got up in that loose stuff up there. You see the dust flying out of his car. He's trying his best to slow down and keep hitting the wall. Does he do it? Yes, he does. Jim Barasoff challenging 31 position as he makes a pass on that 31. Number 71 Dodge, Bud Light Dodge Charger made a pass on that 31. So Ivan Deschamps in 4th, 31's in 5th. Those two guys, the 12 and the 71, Jim Barasoff, in that 71 to 12 with John Stanley, has been battling back and forth for the last, I'd say probably maybe 40 or 50 laps here. These guys are trying to walk away from running the wall. They'll get a little bit more real estate up under the belt. And so far that 12 of John Stanley has hooked up pretty good. He's looking at the back of that 18 Dodge Charger of Ivan Deschamps. They'll go down into turn 1. Who knows? Maybe anybody's guess here. Still looking at the back of him. Across the start-finish line here at New Hampshire this afternoon. 31. Dropping down the low side. Here comes Ricky Emerson and Ted Moser. We have another battle here for position. 12 and 71 and 18. Coming into turn 1 here on lap 81. That's the 45 laps to go here. John Stanley gonna have enough gas, or he's gonna have enough tires left before he can run down that leader. Rick Emerson here on rails this afternoon at New Hampshire. Still our race leader. Got a comfortable position. We'll see how much he's got. Let's get him on the back side of the track here. See how much he got over there. Go Ted Moser. And Ricky Emerson going into turn 1. Not a turn 2. And there's John Stanley. So Ricky Emerson got a straightaway hit on these other guys here at Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon. Chestnut, that 31 has fell back to last place here. Just ahead you see Stuart Forgy. Moser in 6th position at 188 Dodge Charger. Looking at the back of Ricky Emerson. Stuart Forgy coming in turn 3 and 4 here. Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon. That 35 Ford Fusion. Ivan Deschamps in that 18 coming in turns 1 and 2. And that Tampa Bay Buccaneers Dodge Charger. Looking at the back of the 12 and the 71, trying his best to catch up these guys. Running in 4th position. Jim Barasoff, that 71 Dodge Charger. In 3rd position here this afternoon, trying his best to chase down John Stanley. Got a little bit of gap between those two guys. The 12 and the 71 has been battling off and on pretty much all race. They've had a good run here this afternoon in New Hampshire. here at the New Hampshire 125. Having a shot, coming in turn 1. John Stanley. Got number 12 Chevy Camaro here, having a good run here in second place. Been in second place for a right good while. Question is, does he have enough horsepower in that Chevrolet to run down that Toyota? And battling for first position. See the 31 car going around the track. 35 is Stuart Forgy going around the track. Here comes Rick Emerson. See the front stretch of New Hampshire. These guys coming around the track. Rick Emerson in the lead. Ted Loser a few laps down. And these other guys following in. I'm Deschamps coming around turn 4. Coming across start finish line. The 31 is stepping up to the plate. Got to make some time here. Stuart Forgy coming around the turn 4. Across the start finish line here. See Ricky Emerson coming into turn 1, followed by Ted Moser. John Stanley and Jim Barasoff still after it. Trying to make some time up here. Cars are pretty well spread out here on the track this afternoon here at Loudon. Did you see that 31 and 18? Get with it here. That 31 is going to get by the 18. Still running in 7th position. So evidently that 31's got tires. They went into the pits, got in some fresh tires. They won't come on by Ivan Deschamps pretty quickly there. So yeah, he did. Ivan Deschamps running on the old tires here at Loudon this afternoon. Emerson, that 36 Toyota, still our race leader here. Looking at the back of Stuart Forgy here at Loudon this afternoon. Lap 93. Bottom side says, okay, Rick, you got a factory car. He's going to have to work for it. I'm not going to give it to you. And that's what Stuart Forgy does. He holds on to his position on the bottom side of the track. Rick Emerson slides right by him on the outside. As they come around turn 2, and Rick Emerson takes position in front of him as he drags the 35 and 188 behind him. See Ted Moser peeling off the track, going into the pits to get some service. So I imagine this will be a green flag stop. 12 right behind him. The 31, what's he gonna do? I think that 31's gonna stay out on the track, try to gain some position, get some of his laps back. And that's exactly what happens. 36 of Rick Emerson. Is he going to go into the pits? Yes, he is. He's headed to the pits as well. So we're going to have some series of green flag pit stops here this afternoon in Loudon, New Hampshire. You see 2 cars already on pit lane getting service. Well, now both of them leaving, so there's the 188 and 12 is leaving the pits, and 36 is coming in. Puts the 31 car in 6th position. Stuart Forgy in 5th. Ivan Deschamps in 4th. John Stanley in 3rd. Jim Barasoff is taking over the 2nd position. Ricky Emerson still in the lead here, coming off the pits. Lap 96. Working his way around the bottom side of the apron. Trying to get back on the track, and he does. That's pretty much in his own zip code right now. Oh, looks like Ricky got a little loose right there. He's a little bit of drifting going around turns 1, so but he slowed down there to gather back up without getting too bad out of the shape. And you gotta be careful, Ricky. Them tires are cold, man. Comes around turns 3 and 4. Comes down the front stretch here pretty safely. Watch Ted Moser in that 188 running in 7th position. 18 of Ivan Deschamps running in 6th position. Come down at the back stretch. 5th place car is the 31. He comes in turn 1. Coming out of turn 2. And a caution. Looks like maybe a caution may be out. So let's see what's going on here with the caution. I do believe we have a caution. Yep, we have a caution here. And let me see. I think it's Stuart Forgy gets the free pass. Go by the pace car. Back up a little bit here. This is not a professional broadcasting service. Don't claim to be, so but we'll bring you action one way or the other. So that should be very good. So we see Ted Moser coming out of the pits. Didn't see anything wrong with him. And see, there's Ivan Deschamps coming around and leaving the pits. Ooh, we see that 35 getting that loose stuff up there. Hits the wall just a little bit. And don't know what brought the caution out, but evidently somebody was running on the track slow enough that where it threw a caution flag out for some reason or another. But we're here under caution, folks, at lap 97 here, with a little over 25 laps left to go here in this race, New Hampshire 125. See, Ivan Deschamps trying to catch up to the field. He went to the pits. He's running in 6th position. Stuart Forgy in 4th. John Stanley in 3rd. And Jim Barasoff in 2nd. And Ricky Emerson is in 1st. Ricky and the rest of the field get behind the pace car. I think Stuart Forgy got the free pass, or as they say in over in the racetrack, the lucky dog. We watch Jim Barasoff in that 71 Dodge. Ricky Emerson is 1st. Jim Barasoff 2nd. John Stanley 3rd. Stuart Forgy is 4th. Stuart Forgy may be out of gas. Stuart Forgy is out of gas. He is out of gas. So that's going to put him behind the field. Stuart Forgy is out of gas. And that is Stuart Forgy's problem. He's out of gas. And we see Ricky Emerson go around him. Jim Barasoff go around him. I don't think he's going to make it. I don't think Jim Barasoff is going to make it back to the pits. So we'll see. He's rolling along very, very slowly. Let's see what happens. Is he going to make it back to the pits? If he don't, then that may be his race. He'll have one lap. These cars go around, he'll be another lap down, and Stuart Forgy is out of gas. As we see him here on pit road, is out of gas this afternoon on lap 98. And he's trying to refire that Ford Fusion. It will not fire. He's out of gas. Basically just out of gas. I mean, you run it, you run that car and run that car and run that car. Stuart, it takes gas to run the car, buddy. But, you know, I understand what you're trying to do. Fuel mileage, trying to stretch that fuel mileage. And we're hearing now that one of the cars may be coming off the track to have him get to the pits. I don't know which one it would be. A lot of radio chatter. We see the 35 here on pit road here at lap 98 out of gas. Well, lap 98 for Stewart. That's the rest of it. Oh, we see the 31. What's the 31 going to do? Oh, the 31 is going to give the 35 a push and get him back to the pits, get him back to the pit road where he can get some gas. So, yeah. That's going to be good. The 31 is pushing the 35, giving up to his position to help a fellow driver out. That's pretty cool. The 31 knows he's not don't have a fast car to win this afternoon, so he said, okay, Stuart, I'll give you a push, buddy. And will he get into pits and get some gas, get everything fired up? And he's coming into pits as well. He got to have a little nose damage on his car because he kind of tapped the 35 hard in the pits, but I'm pretty sure that Stuart Forgy appreciates that. So you know, and it is what it is. But as you see, yeah, Stuart Forgy's got gas, got that Ford refired. He's back out on the track. So yeah, Stuart Forgy had the day saved thanks to the 31. So now the 31 got his got a little bit of tape on his grill. He's back out on the track. 35 is in Rick Emerson now showing in second position. John Stanley showing in first. So we got a new race leader. John Stanley here on lap 102. Question is, can John Stanley hold on to the lead with that super hot rod Toyota back there? We'll have to find out. Of course, I don't think everybody's pitted yet. They may pit and not cycle out, so we'll see how it works out here at New Hampshire this afternoon. All the cars lined up there. Showing Ricky Emerson in second, Jim Barrisoff third, Ivan Champ fourth, Keith Chestnut fifth, Ted Moses sixth, and Stuart Forgy seventh. John Stanley is our race leader. And John Stanley's gonna peel off. Oh no, he ain't. Psych job on John Stanley's part. So John Stanley stays out another lap. As you see Ivan Champ go in pits, get some for his car here on lap 102. John Stanley in that Stanley Parts for Trucks sponsored Chevy Camaro here, the number 12 car. Our race leader here at 103, lap 103. Ricky Emerson showing second. Jim Barrisoff showing third. Keith Chestnut showing fourth. Ivan Deshawn's fifth in the pits, coming out of the pits. Ted Moses sixth and Stuart Forgy seventh. And these caution laps cycle out. Basically, the rules are that they will sort the field out here before the green flag drops. Put these cars in the right positions. And the pace car is going off. And so now we're going back to green flag racing here at lap 103. Can John Stanley hold that 36 car off? Rick Emerson coming around there, and John Stanley on the bottom, challenging for the lead on the bottom. Rick Emerson high. John Stanley's on the bottom. Can John Stanley get in front of him? Yes, he can. He goes around, gets in front of it, goes into turn 3. Is he going to be able to hold on to it? We'll see John Stanley in first, Rick Emerson second. Jim Barrisoff third, Keith Chestnut fourth as they go around here to turn this afternoon, and another caution has come out. Let's see what caused the caution here. Okay, it may be a deal between 35 and somebody else. We don't know yet. Let's see what it is. Oh, we have a melee in the back behind the 31. As you see, the 188, the 35. 188 running high, the 35 down low, and the 18 behind them. This will be a little bit slow-mo right here. Let's see what happens. The 35 goes below the 188. As 188 slows down for some reason or another, we don't know why. Ted Moses completely off the gas pedal for some reason or another. Still Forgy in that 35. Uh-oh. We see the 35 slowing down and getting that loose stuff and getting sideways here. Yep, we see Stuart Forgy getting sideways in that loose stuff, and 188 getting that loose stuff as well. He turns sideways. Ivan Deschamps has nowhere to go and collects him in between turns 3 and 4. Both of them get sideways. Ted Moser trying to break his car, and he gets sideways. So these guys are just flying around the track here this afternoon. As you can see, it turns the 18 car of Ivan Deschamps around and the 188 around. Both these guys got some damage. 18 to 35. I think the 188 just got wall damage, but nonetheless, they had a little melee here this afternoon. Lap 103. Now lap 104. John Stanley is our race leader here on lap 105. After the caution is out. At lap 105 here at Loudon, New Hampshire. Rick Emerson second. Jim Barrisoff third. Keith Chestnut fourth. I think Keith Chestnut was the lucky dog, got one of his laps back. So that's what he'll do. He'll go around the pace car, run around the track, catch up to the tail end of the lead lap. It's the caution rules cycle out the positions of the cars. You see them coming up in turn 1. He comes up on the back of the 18 of Ivan Deschamps, shown in 4th position. The 35 Ford Fusion trying to catch up to the tail end. John Stanley is leading the way here this afternoon on lap 106. With less than 20 laps to go here at Loudon, New Hampshire. Who will it be? Who will it be? Can John Stanley, does he have the car to hold off that Ricky Emerson? As we see Ricky Emerson psych the rest of the drivers out, think he's going into pits and takes the last minute turn and don't do it. So John Stanley here leading the laps. Leading the race here at lap 107. Does John have the car to hold on and win the race? Right now, that's a $64 million question. But I doubt he gets $64 million, but that's a question nonetheless. So, as we watch these guys here Done around turns 1 and 2. And John Stanley is our leader. And Stuart Fork is bringing it up the field. 18 to 31 to 35. Kind of ironic, we've got the 31 to 35 and the 36 cars, and then we got the 18 and the 188 and the 12. So basically, if you're talking about the low numbers, the 12 car should win because he's the lowest number, right? And then Ted Moses should come in last because he's the 188, right? It don't work that way. As we see the 18 coming down pit road and the 35 behind him. I think both of them guys got a little damage. Maybe get some fresher tires on the right hand side, a little bit of fuel. You watch the 18 Wolf Racing Tampa Bay Buccaneers of Dodge Charger of Ivan Shant coming down pit road here this afternoon. Taking a little bit of gas, some tires. Stuart Fork in that 35 doing the same thing. 31 of Keith Chestnut, that Wrangler Jeans sponsored Chevy Camaro in 4th. Jim Barasoff, that Bud Light Dodge, number 71 in 3rd. Rick Emerson, that 36 Phillips sponsored Toyota Camry, 2nd. And John Stanley, our race leader here, that 108. And that Parts for Truck Stanley Tools, number 12, Chevy Camaro. Does he have what it takes to hold them off? We shall see. Pace car goes around turns 4. One more lap. And while we're under caution, folks, we'll be back after this station break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Go Fast TV. We're live here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. For the New Hampshire 125, we see the 31 Keith Chestnut, that Wrangler Jeans sponsor Chevy Camaro going into the pits, getting some service for his car. We're less than 15 laps. Well, we got 16 laps to go right now. Showing John Stanley, our race leader, here at lap 109. Can he hold off that Ricky Emerson? Ricky Emerson has had a fast car all afternoon here. Sometimes almost threatening to lap the whole field, but John Stanley has found some power somewhere or another. He's right now leading the race. He's led the last 4 or 5 laps before caution came out. Everybody's got tires, got fuel. Pace car goes around, sees the field going, and we'll see what happens. Rick Emerson on the 2nd position, warming his tires up. John Stanley running his car, 2nd position. I think everybody's just cycled through the pit stops. You're on lap 110. 15 laps to go here at Loudon, New Hampshire. Can John Stanley hold off Rick Emerson? Pace car goes in. We're fixing to find out. We're fixing to go back. Green flag racing here this afternoon. Green flag is dropped, and here these guys go. As Darrell Waltrip says, a boogity, a boogity, a boogity. Well, he don't say that, but I put that in there. And Ricky Emerson is taking back over the lead here. But John Stanley in 2nd. Ricky Emerson dropped down to the bottom and just smoked around John Stanley. So John Stanley was working on the back of him in turn 3 and 4, backed off a little bit. He ran in the back of him. As you see Jim Barsoff in that third position, him and John Stanley working that same real estate. And Rick Emerson pulling away just a little bit. So it's anybody's guess here. If John Stanley can find some more power in that Chevrolet, he might be able to pull it off, but he's going to have to tighten up. That 71 almost gets in the back of that 12 and has to back off and go high to keep hitting it. And the 18 of Ivan Deschamps working on the back of that 71 of Jim Barsoff. As you got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars here this afternoon running for the lead here. All of them pretty close nose to tail. Maybe a few car lengths to separate them between John Stanley and Rick Emerson. 71 Dodge of Jim Barsoff working on the back of that 12 car. 18 working on the back of that 71. Well, goes low. Jim Barsoff goes high, working on the outside line. John Stanley comes away on that second position again. Jim Barsoff in the back of that 71. Ivan Deschamps back of that 71. See him getting pretty close to racing right there. 18's going to go a little bit high. Rick Emerson has pulled out a little bit of a lead on the 12 car John Stanley here on lap 115. 10 laps left to go. Can they do it? John Stanley at number 12, Parks with Trucks, Stainless Tool sponsored Chevrolet. Working hard to keep that second position. Jim Barsoff in that $71 Charger. Running for the same real estate, trying to get up there and get that position back to John Stanley. As he goes high, the 12 car goes low. And Jim's in that loose stuff up there, and I think Jim is having a tough time trying to keep that car from hitting the wall. He got in that loose stuff. And now Ivan Deschamps in that Dodge Charger and Jim Barsoff is having a little challenge with one another. Jim Barsoff up high and Ivan Deschamps running low. 18 to 71. Loudon for the same real estate here this afternoon. 18 can't do it. He tucks in behind the 71 and they come into turn 2. Or turn 1 rather. Going to turn 2. Keith Chestnut, that 31 Wrangler Jean Chevrolet, taking over 4th position this afternoon. Trying his best to catch up to him. I'm the shot running in 5th position. Stuart Forgy in 6th. And Ted Moser in 7th. Rick Emerson in the lead here this afternoon. See what kind of lead he's got. He's probably got a good 20 car lead ahead of the second place car with John Stanley. We watch Rick Emerson and in that lead coming down the front stretch. He hits his marks. Runs his car. His car continues to run like it. He may take the win here this afternoon in New Hampshire. We're looking at John Stanley in that Parks with Trucks, Stanley sponsored number 12, running the second position here. Jim Barsoff right behind him. Jim Barsoff having a good run here this afternoon, 3rd place. If he does not drop back below 5th place, he will win the championship here at NRL this afternoon. With only 5 laps left, can Jim Barsoff hang on to that 3rd position and win the championship here at NRL? Novice Racing lead. Jim Barsoff is leading in points in the championship. Looks like he's got a comfortable lead over the 4th place car, Keith Chestnut. We'll see. Yep. He's a few car lengths ahead of Keith Chestnut. So, see how that turns out. Jim Barsoff could come away in less than 4 laps as the NRL champion here this afternoon in Loudon, New Hampshire. Basically leading the points here. So I guess everybody gets Bud Light after Jim wins it. If we don't, we're gonna toilet paper his car. John Stanley, Jim Barsoff, Running 2 and 3 here this afternoon. Jim Barsoff working on the back of John Stanley. John doing everything he can to stay in front of him. As you see, Ricky Emerson go around turns 3 and 4 in the lead up there. John Stanley, that number 12 car, doing it to it. Ricky Emerson and that 36 Phillips sponsored Toyota Camry crosses the finish line. Only 3 laps left to go. John Stanley in second. Jim Barsoff third. Keith Chestnut fourth. Ivan Deschamps fifth. Ted Moser sixth. And Stuart Forgy rounds out the top 7. Ricky Emerson, John Stanley, and Jim Barsoff. Ivan Deschamps, Chestnut. One lap left, folks. 1 lap left. Here we go. Ricky Emerson. Ricky Emerson and that Toyota Camry. Sponsored by Phillips. Holding on. Coming between turns 3 and 4, Ricky Emerson, that 36. Number 36 car, that Phillips sponsored Toyota Camry. It's going to come away with the win here in Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon. Congratulations to Ricky Emerson. Ricky Emerson wins the New Hampshire 125. John Stanley second. Jim Barsoff third. Keith Chestnut fourth. Ivan Deschamps fifth. Ted Moser sixth. And Stuart Forgy seventh. So congratulations to Ricky Emerson here this afternoon for the win at Loudon, New Hampshire. And also congratulations to Jim Barsoff, the NRL League champion here this afternoon. He wins his first NRL championship. And as these guys coming in. And Jim Barsoff will be interviewed momentarily. Him and Rick Emerson both. They both head to the start-finish line for a double burnout. Ricky Emerson getting his burnout here for winning the race here this afternoon. And Jim Barsoff winning the championship. I think Jim Barsoff is putting out too much. But congratulations to Jim Barsoff for winning the NRL championship, and to Ricky Emerson for winning the race here at New Hampshire 125 at Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon. Folks, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us. I hope this race has been a good thing for you guys to watch. Sorry about the broadcasting here. We got sometimes we got some technical difficulties we got to work with. But thank y'all for joining us. Appreciate it. Come see us at Go Fast TV next time. I'm your host, Bill Deal. We'll see you later.